Hi everyone, my name is Rahim. I have been working with an NGO called STEP, and I am a project manager of a place where called Drop-In Center for Working Street Children. And I have like almost experience from 20 years, and I am daily working closely with the children.
Hello everyone, I hope all is going well with you. My name is Dala Salah, I'm a politician. I have started my political journey around 25 years ago, and you know that politicians, especially in my country, are given to treat with the variety of people, debating with them and trying to help them to facilitating with their issues.
Hello, my name is Shah Rahim. I am a child and case supporter in an NGO called STEP. I have been working with them for over a year, and I'm interested in this certificate because I want to learn more about how we can do better with peace building, because I'm working with IDPs and refugees on a daily basis, and it's really effective and it has been really helpful for me. Thank you. We will continue with our slides.
Yes, actually we now are going to talk about becoming a peace leader. You know that peace leading journey is long journey. It requires many qualities, many characteristics and elements that is so important. We are actually peace leader. Becoming a servant leader is so meaningful, and it means serve first and listening to others and serving others without expecting the same from the others. So it's really a great journey, and it helps us to become a peace leader and to facilitate the issues, problems inside our community, and helping others, as I told, without expecting the same from the others. So becoming a servant leader requires a lot of characteristics, a lot of elements that the peace leader course actually already gave us those elements and touches those elements like awareness, self-care, independence, and so sorry about a little, yeah.
Okay, it requires?
Servant leaders actually requires many elements, many characteristics, like listening, like being so good in body language, and like awareness, like independence, like system thinking, like facilitating, like finding foresight, many elements that help servant leaders, then make them a peace leaders. Then they can help others, they can facilitate things for others, and it's also make them so special inside their community, because when you are serving others, that's mean others are giving to respect you, and you also, as a servant leader, you should respect everyone, because the respect is one of the important elements that we need in the servant leadership journey. And we also should continue serving others and help others.
conflict tree. So conflict tree is one of the main tools that we have learned through this course, and so that's how we made a conflict tree here. Regarding based on our case, this is our causes and this is our effects. So here, that one of the causes was quickly judgment. Quickly judgment caused a child to be isolated from other children, and also disappointment made the child feel confused, and lack of services also was making the child had no opportunity, or the family had no opportunity to look for an option to child to be put in a normal school. The only tool, which is the only tool in the peace building process, is mediation. Our wise leader had to use this process. So she had to start with having a mediation process by visiting family and to facilitate between the family and school and the child. So mediation always one of the main tools that can be started with towards making peace building among the people.
Actually, the main root causes of the conflict, one of the most important things that we have gained and learned from this unique course is conflict tree. Conflict tree is one of the most great guide to peace leaders to facilitate issues from the others. So we have gained and we have learned many things from the conflict tree to solve the problems, to facilitate the issues. So, and the main roots in the current problem, the issue that that child has faced, the main roots is misbehavior, risk, quick judgment, and safety, disappointment, lack of service, and also high expectation. So the conflict tree helped us to define the roots of this current situation and better understanding the issue.
Yes. So on this slide, we will talk about the cause and the effects. On the causes side, the child was hyperactive and didn't have coping mechanism with the pupils around him and the teachers and also with his family. The school didn't have sufficient training and enough resources. We will face this problem when we are, when the staff or the people around us didn't get the training that they need to in order to manage a case like this, in order to be prepared for something as important as this, which is a child's life and his future in education. And also they didn't have enough resources, which means that they didn't have any therapists on site, or they didn't have the economical side. They didn't have the funds to help hire a private teacher or someone that could offer some kind of help. On the effect side, the child was expelled from the school. Unfortunately, when the event happened, the child was expelled from school just after 2 weeks of his starting his first year in school, which is surely a traumatic thing. And he got stigmatized by the students, the teachers, and the parents of the students. Imagine you don't know what you are doing, and suddenly people are starting judging you, and when they see you, they get scared and they just push you away, or they just try to keep away from you. This is what happened to this special case. And also the third effect that happened, there were safety concerns, which the parents and the teachers inside the class felt that this boy is causing so much trouble, and eventually one of the days when he lashed out and started to break the furniture around the room and hurted a few students, traumatized them. This was one of the main safety hazards that they had to help to eliminate. Okay. On this slide, we are talking about Johari window. Few blind spots were spotted after the conflict happened. We can identify them in the points below. The blind spots that didn't actually make in the argument, which the people on the authority were blind to, we can consider them as the family background. The head teacher didn't look into the family background and didn't check what was the situation in this in this child's house. The other one is undiagnosed causes and psychological effect. Maybe this children maybe had trauma before, maybe he had some kind of undiagnosed disease, psychological effect that need to be diagnosed. And also the child desired to stay by his mother. The child was clingy and he loved staying by his mother, and he was feeling safe and nurtured, and he was feeling spoiled while he was with his mother. So I believe they didn't look deep into it, why the child is so clingy with his mother. Next slide, thank you. Some of the elements presented in the conflict. We will talk about the elements presented in the conflict. On the cultural side, in this culture we are talking about UK, which education and well-being of the children are highly valued and prioritized above many things. Imagine if a child is being expelled from school, which is, as we talked about, is their first 2 weeks, which is traumatizing, and the family was shocked by the fact that their only child was cut off from education, which is, as we said, in this culture is a priority. And there were no deep vision when dealing with the situation by the school staff and the head teacher. They didn't go into deep about the situation, and they didn't try to resolve it in a good manner. They had to act, and they acted quickly and judgmentally. Thank you.
We also should talk about the other part or the other phase of this problem. We are going to imagine or pretend what would we do better. Of course, for every certain kind of problem, issue, there is another way, there is another solution. As a peace leader in training, we are going to use those elements that make the issue easier, and trying to find the other solution, trying to find the other way to help the children and to help the principal, school's principal, also to help the other children inside the school, because you know that we should look at every side, every part of the selected problem, selected issue. So as a peace leader, we are going to use the elements for listening deeper and holistic listening, and trying to find the other way to help all of people that related to this kind of problem. So we are going to not quick judgment, not be judgmental, because when we are being judgmental, maybe we are going to make the problem worse and not going to find a solution. So prevent the spoiling to happening, to trying to help the all of parties inside this issue to find the better way to solution. Look deeper into the situation, because this situation, in fact, indeed, need to look inside it deeper and probe every part of the problem, because we have a child that has a problem, maybe misbehavior, maybe has a problem inside his family, but eventually he's a child and he needs help from the principal, from the teachers, from the classmates, from the all parties. So we can go to find a solution to help him to stay or keeping studying without misbehaving. Hire a family therapist. Of course, certain kind of families, especially we are talking about this family, need to help, need someone to help them and to facilitate things for them, and needs to some kind of helping from servant leaders, from the peace leaders, from the therapists, from the people that have kind of information in this certain way to help them. Thank you.
What might you to do monitor and evaluate it? In this scenario, or in this case, usually we have to go through a process, and which is follow-up, through follow-up. So one of the main follow-ups is we need to have a pre-form and post-form. Usually in this pre-form, you do write almost all the information about the child and the family and the circumstance. And in the post-form, after a few months or few days, you have a post-form, and to see what is changed there, what is happening. And also, we might visit regularly to the family, and we have to make a connection between the other relevant parts. So we might have also other sectors which are not mentioned here. We might go through a process of meet the psychiatrist, so we might involve the judge and the court. There are many other areas in the child protection system while you follow up. So it has to be, we have to work on the same line, on the same page. Also, one of the main tools is also whether you depend on the child, whether you talk face-to-face to you to express his feeling or her feeling about the change. And sometimes you might get feedback from the family and the children, then you know what you are going to do in next. Drawing is one of the tools that some children can express their feeling. They can draw themselves in the situation, and you can compare the first drawing and the second drawing and ask the child to explain about picture, and how they can also express about the change that is happening in their life.
If you look deeper into this picture, you will know and you will identify and we'll talk about why we have chose this picture to be the representative of our entire idea about what does it mean to be a peace leader. In this picture, you will see many colors, many different ages, many backgrounds, many religions, and many languages, and many genders. This picture is representing what does it mean to be a peace leader in a community, which is to help create this atmosphere in your community or in any other community that you help. I would like to invite my fellow colleagues to join me for the last slide, and we thank you very much for the hard work and the dedication that you have for us. Any words you have to say about?
Thank you so much for your working with us and helping us.
Thank you so much for this unique course. We actually gained and learned a lot from it, and we are trying to go further and deeper in this very great article. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.